What is up, guys? Original Star Wars fan here, back at it again with another Star Wars related video. So today, I wanted to talk about Kylo Ren's lightsaber. This is something I haven't seen a lot of videos about. I could just be blind to it, but I wanted to give everybody a kind of like a brief rundown, and I wanted to educate myself on the lightsaber because I didn't before this actually know a lot about it. Just heard some things here and there. So let's get started. I didn't like Kylo's lightsaber at first, to be honest. I was interested in it when they did that little promo for the Force Awakens. I thought it was weird and different, and it didn't make sense, and I was kind of like on edge about it. Although I will say I did grow to liking it after about the end of the first movie. I was like, this is kind of cool. Watched The Last Jedi. I was like, Kylo Ren's kind of the only good character in this, and his lightsaber is actually pretty cool now. And then after The Rise of Skywalker, I'm like, alright, Kylo Ren and Kylo Ren's lightsaber is actually super cool. I really like it. The lightsaber was previously his alter ego, Ben Solo, or I guess I should say his normal name, Ben Solo, because Kylo's his alter ego. His lightsaber was constructed by him while training as a Padawan under Luke Skywalker. The weapon originally had a blue blade, but after his fall to the dark side and the destruction of Luke's Jedi Temple, it was modified to a more fitting red blade. Now, this process is typically referred to as bleeding a crystal. It's when a dark side user bends the will of the crystal and forces it under their control. Since crystals are considered kind of organic and living, but at the same time they're more in tune with the light side, so when a dark side user gets it and bends its will, it bleeds like an actual living being and turns to the color red. It's very, it's interesting how that works. But anyways, the newly modified lightsaber incorporated a crossguard hilt, which is based on an ancient design dating back to the Great Scourge of Malachor, which is a battle that happened between the Jedi and Sith, and the design for the lightsaber was seen in a lot of weapons back in those eras, which I think, if I'm incorrect, was like 4,000 years prior or something like that, or maybe it was 400, something with a 4 in it. Anyways, so yeah, it actually had an ancient design. It wasn't just something at random, which is cool. I like that. Kylo's saber contained a cracked kyber crystal, which required it to have the lateral vents on the handles in order to divert the extra heat that was being generated. So that's why we have those that crossguard hilt. It's so that there could be extra ventilation for the heat being put off from the lightsaber. Never thought of that, and it's the same crystal that he used in his original lightsaber, like I pointed out earlier. So that one was cracked, and it needed the extra ventilation. In addition to the cracked crystal, it contained a diatium power cell. I still don't know how to pronounce that word. Diatium power cell within its grip as an additional source of power. You could ignite the blade by using a sliding activation switch, which was located near the top of the hilt. Very cool. You can see that in some of the lightsabers that you buy online. Now, despite being of ancient design, it was fitted with all modern parts and components, which makes sense. You take a design, you adapt it. The saber was very roughly assembled, and its unstable condition was evidence of Kylo's inexperience in constructing such a powerful weapon. Later on, though, he did obtain the knowledge and skill to repair the saber, but he favored its unstable and violent nature. Plus, it being partially exposed, all its inner workings and stuff, made it easy to modify and upkeep overall. So he basically liked it better that way, because it showed off the violence and rage and uncertainty that he had within him, and it was easy to upkeep and adjust and modify, which is also super cool. So it, like, after going through and reviewing all this, I was like, okay, so now you have a lightsaber, not that just like looks like a sword, like an actual like sword rather than a lightsaber. You have something that is of ancient design, has purpose, has meaning behind it, and has a story, and is left the way it is because it's personal to that user. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, kind of a brief rundown on Kylo's lightsaber. That's about most of the information that I could find, and kind of put it into my own words and give my own spin on it. After researching this, I mean, I already liked his lightsaber after the third movie, but now I just like it way more. I like that it's more personal to him, that it has this background story and reason for all this, and it's always nice to understand why something is. So yeah, if you guys could like, comment, and subscribe, that would help me out a lot. And as always, may the Force be with you.